So one of the questions that was asked recently was about fair vol in the library and gamma swap total level in the library, and whether they can be used to price like variance swaps and gamma swaps. So I want to clarify this. When we talk about volatility, for example, it's a little bit artificial number, because the only real quantity that can be derived model free is total variance, and volatility only makes sense when you define your time. You can use different definitions of time, even if you are doing close to close. Some people assume that there are 252 business days and they count just only business days. Sometimes people just use clock time and 365-day conventions. Sometimes people define volatility profile intraday, overnight, during non-trading period. We have all the support in the library. When it comes to variance swaps, they have very specific quoting convention. You really take the total variance and you divide by the number of expected returns divided by 252. That's your time definition. So when you calculate fair vol, it's going to be the number calculated in the time convention used in your pricer in your vol surface. It's the same number. It's the same calculation as done in the calculation of the fair variance strike, but it's maybe using different time convention. Fair vol is always defined in the same units as your implied vol, and if you convert the time convention into the quoting convention of variance swaps, then this is going to be the number that you get. And it's always important to be aware of the time conventions that you use. Right? So many errors people make when they compare variance swaps to VIX or implied vols to either VIX or variance, and without paying attention to the quoting convention, or when they compare variance swaps or vols in the US versus abroad, in areas where they can have different number of holidays, for example. Details matter, and it's very important to pay attention to the quoting convention of volatility. Obviously, if you add cash dividends to this, it adds another layer of complication, because people still don't agree on what volatility is in the presence of cash dividends. Cool. Happy trading.